Welcome to this free course about trading from Pine Indicators. I'm really happy to have you here. I'm really happy that you are willing to learn more about trading to become successful and profitable in trading, especially long term. And First of all, I want to tell you something about this course. This course is differently to other courses. I have watched a few courses from other providers, and mostly they are talking about basic stuff, about foundations, but not. They won't really help you become successful and profitable. And this is what I want to do, right? This course is made to make you profitable. Um, and it maybe doesn't look so fancy. It's really raw, it's really uncut, it's not entertainment, right? This is not It's not fun to watch this course, I will tell you right away. So uh, but it's really important. If you are serious about trading and you really want to become successful and profitable in trading, you need to watch this course, because it's full packed of information. And I'm who am I to tell you? So let's clarify this, right? I'm the founder of Pine Indicators, and Pine Indicators is um, the provider of the best strategies I have ever seen. So I know I just can, I'm telling it is not really a proof, but you can test and see every strategy and every trade. So we are really transparent. So you can see every trade, you can see every strategy, you have the full 100% transparency. You can see everything. So I'm not talking any bullshit. And our strategies are making, like you can see it right here, uh, 365% in 2023, 50% 2022, and 600% 2021. We have strategies with over 100,000% gain. We have also strategies with over 1 million% gain in around like 20 years without any stop out, without any big loss. So we are really, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so um, these are the best strategies you probably will ever see, and they are pretty cheap for for that returns or for that performance. So, or what else I can say is I have seen like thousands of strategies, and yeah, I found some of the best strategies out there that are publicly available. Um, and I can really tell how to get successful in trading, because I am, and all our strategies are, and all the people who are using our strategies are also very profitable in trading. But you need to understand a bit about um, how to use it, how to have the right mindset, how to maybe start trading your own strategies. And this is all what I want to show you in this course. So it's not just using some strategies because maybe you don't know how to use them properly. Um, it's also about how to find the best combinations of strategies. And in the end, the goal is to become as profitable as possible, right? So um, you gain money, not lose money. So this is the end. This is the goal. And as I said, this won't be any fancy video course here. Yeah, as you can see, I'm just here recording on my MacBook. I have the screen open, and it's not really fun, but it's so packed full of value and will help you so much um, to get better in trading. Okay, this is the introduction here. And first of all, I want to clarify the foundation, basically. So, um, you know why I want to do this now, and how it will help you. But what I oftentimes see is that traders, beginners, have a wrong really wrong knowledge and mindset about trading. So maybe you haven't ever traded yet, or you have just made some trades, you have lost maybe some money, and you are not profitable yet. So this is probably for 90% of you. So this is important. What I oftentimes see is that you don't understand how hard trading is. Trading looks so easy, right? You have this chart, and this is where we are right now, right? So here. And you just have two options. You can buy or sell. Looks pretty easy, right? So you can just buy and sell, and the probability of being right is around 50%. But still, most of you are losing money long term. So why is that? Um, I think it depends on several factors, of course, and also it's individual to every one of you, from person to person, right, from human to human. But um, it's a lot about how you see trading. So you are indoctrinated mostly. So when you start trading, you first of all you see maybe a video about it, a post on Instagram, or somebody tells you about it, and you get interested, and you see and watch some videos, and or follow some people on Instagram, and you see how easy it is. Most of them, of the guys you see online, trading gurus, experts, influencers, living in Dubai, for example, or anywhere, somewhere else, I don't know. Um, it looks so easy. They are posting pictures of Lamborghinis. They are telling you this and that strategy made me a millionaire in just a few weeks or so, and has a win rate of 90%. So it looks all so easy, but the reality is differently. This is just a small frame, it's just a small image of what can be reached in trading. Of course, it's possible to make that amount of money, but um, these guys are making money mainly from selling you their ideas and their products. So it could be courses, it could be some groups like Telegram groups, paid Telegram groups. It could be some copy trading. You can copy their trades, anything. It could be anything. And this is where they are making money from. Okay. And of course, we are also making money from selling you products. But the difference is that we sell the strategies directly to you, so you don't buy any group or any I don't know, any course. You are buying strategies that are provenly working, right? So you can see the performance here. This is non-lagging. These aren't false results. This is 100%. I mean, I can show you right here. You have the list of trades. Every trade is listed here, and you can see the profit. 7,000 US dollar profits with this account. Okay, so a profit like here you have the profit here, 11.8%, 16%, 19%, break even 8%, 42% with just one trade. Okay, minus 9%, like nearly 10%. So you can see the winning trades, but also the losing trades, and they are all in here. You can test it all yourself. You can start a trial on our website and test every strategy, so you can see it's not lagging, it's real time, it's working 100% like that. There, it's 100% working. So this is a difference. While on in these trading groups or courses, there's no real outcome. There's no proof that it works. Our strategies are provenly working. You get profitable and successful if you are using our strategies exactly like this. Okay. But if you are going to if you buy some courses or paid Telegram groups, or copy trading, um, there's no guarantee that you will be profitable. You also don't have the guarantee here, but you can see in the past couple of years, you can even make some deep back tests. For example, here, yeah, this is just a standard back test. You can see in that back testing period, the strategy made 14,000% from sorry from an initial capital of $1,000. This would be $142,000 today. And you could also go deeper into the time. For example, you can look at the performance from 1997 until today, right? So as I'm recording this video, generate report, and you can see the full performance, and you can see there was no stop out. You haven't blown your account, right? This is the most important thing. It's a reliable strategy. It's a really professional strategy. So for example, this strategy is the gold digger strategy for the gold market, the XAU USD, right? And what you can see here is the strategy gained nearly 420,000% in that time. So an initial capital of 1,000 in invest of 1,000 US dollar would be now 4.2 million US dollar. And it's not a lie. You can see every trade. It's not that I'm talking bullshit here. It's exactly like this. It's real. It's proven. You can see everything, single trade, right? You can see every trade here, every winning trade, every losing trade with its costs. So you also have the costs in here, the spread costs. It's really working. So this is what I want to prove here, right? So you can see is it working or not, and then you can test it for 14 days before you have to pay the regular amount. So it's really 100% transparent. Okay, so why am I telling you about this? These guys just catch you with their images of Lamborghinis and luxurious things like private jets, money, maybe also girls. Yeah, you see their lifestyle, but their lifestyle isn't coming from trading. They earn that amount of money because of selling curses to you, and maybe it's not even real. Like they can rent a car, they can rent a private jet. Probably most of the private jet images out there, 99%, are not real. They are just rented. So why would you buy a private jet? It's way too expensive. So this is first of all why it looks way too easy to you. So if you are a beginner, don't think trading is easy. 90% of you will lose money. I think it's even more long term. So like maybe 99% within 10 years, let's say. And in the first year, I think 90% of you will lose their money. So be prepared for that. Don't think it's easy. And what these guys are telling you oftentimes is, yeah, you need to have a win rate of 90%, or with this strategy you have a win rate of 90%. So this means like 90% of the trades are winning trades. They are winning. So if you trade 10 trades, 9 are winning trades, just 1 is a losing trade. You have to have a scalping strategy. Like in scalping means like in low time frame, 1 to 5 minutes. So it's really moving a lot. Right here you can see it's not moving a lot because it's in a 1 hour time frame. One candle is 1 hour or represents 1 hour. If you just go to the 1 minute time frame, you can see it's moving a lot. You will see this shortly. So they say you can like get profitable, successful in trading with just an invest of like, let's say $100 and 5 minutes, or okay, 5 minutes is not enough, but maybe with just a few minutes or 1 hour a day, you can get profitable in trading. Because and most of you guys believe it because you see these images and these videos of their lifestyle, luxurious lifestyle, these cars, and you also see it's the idea of trading is very easy. You just have to buy and sell at the right time, right? So just buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, right? So it looks really easy. And if you go back, you probably would think like, I can do that too. I could just buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, right? It looks easy, but it actually isn't. And this is what I try to tell you here. So your expectations usually are way too high. Last time I got a message from a guy who said, "Man, the year 2000 and I don't know which year it was. For some strategy, he told me that a year was really bad. The strategy just made 200% in that year. We have to understand what is the average, okay? The average is you have your money on your bank and you don't get any interest. Um, it's even worse. You have the what is it? The inflation, right? You have the inflation rate of around. It depends on the country, but it's maybe around 3 to 5 or even higher percent. So, for example, in Turkey, it's very very high. There are countries where it is higher and lower. But probably if you just leave your money on the bank, it just disappears over time, right? So um, this is not a good option. This is a basic. Okay, so what you can do then with your money is to invest your money in something. It could be gold. It could be some shares. It could be um, actually anything you can anything you could buy from money, right? You could also buy like oranges or something or apples and hope they will get or their price will increase over time and then sell them for a higher price, right? um, but that's of course not makes any sense, but theoretically you can buy anything, and this is how you could potentially have higher returns than just have your money on the bank. So you could buy some shares or some ETFs. So for example, you could buy the S&P 500. The S&P 500 had a return of around, I think it was like 10% per year on average of the last 20, 30, or 50 years, something like that. So in that case, if you would do that, you would have, I mean, we can Google it. You could, you would have gained like 10% each year, right? But you also have the risk of losing your money because, as you can see, if you would like have invested here at a price of 1,400 US dollars, and then it dropped to like 900, around 900, 800, like 800 here, okay? So you would have lost in that period like 40% of your money. And here again, right? If you just have a bad entry, a bad, you would just invest here and then it goes down like this, you would lose like half of your money, and it's not really nice to see. So you always have this risk of losing your money. Yeah, but this is the average. Okay, this is the standard thing you could do with your money, and just investing into the S&P 500 is already one of the best things you could do. So if you do that, you are already like the you would be the 10% best investors already, because most people try to outperform the S&P 500 by buying their own portfolio with their own shares. They try to buy gold. They try to, I don't know, time the market or buy some hedge funds. Yeah, but 90% of hedge funds are not outperforming the S&P 500. They are they are a lot of times worse than the S&P 500. And yeah, this is already good to do that, right? So 10% a year is already good. 10% a year is good. So back to our strategies. What you can see, our strategies make several 100% per year. So this is like 60, or in that example, 62 times better than average, 5 times better than average, uh, 36 times better than average. And this with the compounding effect is crazy. That's just crazy. With a maximum drawdown in that example of 58%. I know a lot of you guys won't like to see a big drawdown like 50%, 60%. This is really high, and I understand it. But you can, for example, every of our strategies have a leverage setting, so you can set your own leverage, right? So if you don't like to see that high drawdowns, you can decrease it to your needs. So if you decrease it to like 4 or 3, you will have half of the drawdown, right? So it's not 50 or 60%, it's 25, 30%. So that's way easier. But also the profit will decrease. But this is what I want to say, right? Our strategies are extremely, and I really mean it by that, extremely good. Nothing is really comparable out there. At least I don't know. I started a competition last time in our Telegram group. If someone can show me and prove provenly a strategy that is better than our strategies, he will get free access, lifetime access to a strategy of his choice. Nobody was able to show me a better strategy than we have, right? And maybe another thing is, why am I doing it? Why am I selling strategies that are so good? Why don't I get just rich by using them myself? This is a really good question, and I get this. I don't get it a lot, but I see that some people ask it themselves. And the reason is just that I love trading. I really love trading, and it helps. It helps because Pine Indicators is not just um, with the strategies of me and our team, but also from other sellers. So Pine Indicators is actually a marketplace. We have not just it's not just yeah, as I said, my strategies and the strategies of our team. It's also from other sellers around the world. So trading traders or Pine script experts or anything like that. And actually, anybody can sell their strategies on Pine indicators, but we have to prove everything before. So our strategies are proven by myself and our team, so they are really, really working well. And what did I wanted to say? Wait a second. Yeah. So it's not just that we sell our strategies, but also other people are willing to sell their working strategies, their great strategies on our platform, because it helps to gain an income without the problem of market volatility, right? So sometimes you have losing streaks. This is completely normal in trading. So this is where these where these drawdowns are coming from. So sometimes, as you can see, the last trades were good, but you also had some periods like over here where you had some trades that weren't working as good as other periods, right? So it's always a good it's always good to have a second income stream, right? So this is why people are willing to share their strategies, and it's not that we sell the scripts to you so you can use them forever, or you could do what you like with it. You can just use it for your own trading. And when we say, for example, I mean, you just have access to them, right? You can change it. You can see the code. You can see the logic behind it. So you cannot try to copy it. You can use it if you want, and if you don't want anymore, you can cancel the subscription. But that's basically it, right? So it's good for traders to sell their strategies that way, and it makes sense, especially at the beginning when you don't have so much capital yet. For me, for example, I'm trading already for like 10 years maybe, but with algo trading, so algorithmic strategies like we have here, I'm just doing that for like 2 years now. And the best strategies I found like maybe a year ago or half a year ago. I'm still discovering and trying to find new strategies for myself, but also for you guys, to have them here at Pine Indicators. So maybe in 10 years, I don't need to sell my strategies anymore. But right now, it makes sense to me. Okay, so and I really love it. I love to share them, and yeah, it's great. But yeah, yeah, this is why we are doing it, and you can decide on yourself if you want to use it. But um, back to what I wanted to say, the basic is 10%. We are really making much more. This is just an example here. You can just go to the website and see more strategies, and they are all working extremely well. And I will update even more strategies in the future. So yeah. So what is the real thing you could what is the thing I really want to say here? So most of you are indoctrinated with the wrong mindset. You think it's very easy to trade. It's just buy and sell and make profits. You don't want to learn trading really. You want to have the money, right? So um, you don't want to have $100, for example. You want to have $1,000, or you want to have 10,000 or 100,000 or $1 million. And this is achievable with trading, but you need to learn it and you have to take it seriously. It's not playing, it's not gambling. You can gamble, but then the probability of you losing money in the long term is very high. So, what we are doing here is not gambling. We try to find patterns in the market that are reliable and that will bring us the most um, profitable trades, basically. So, as you can see here, it's not correct that it's always the best to buy low and sell high, as you can see, right? So you don't have buy, sell, or buy, sell, right? This is oftentimes not the most profitable way of trading. The most profitable way of trading is actually to have to find some pattern in the market that give you an edge. So more trades of of the trades you are taking are winners, or at least the winners in comparison to the losers are way higher, right? Um, this gives you the edge. This gives you the long term profitability, and this is what you need to gain. And of course, our platform is a shortcut. You could learn it yourself, but learning it yourself will take years. For example, look at me. I was trading 8 years without profitability, and I'm just profitable the last 2 years. So 8 years of learning, of trading, of losing without giving up is really hard. And just imagine yourself from now on. Do you really want to have, like, even when you are faster, like 4 years, 5 years? Do you really want to have 4 or 5 years with losing streaks and losing, and just that's not really motivating, right? So our platform really gives you a shortcut. If you want to use it, you can try it yourself, but trying yourself is a hard way, and the probability of you giving up is even higher, at least 90%. I would say 99% of you will give up. Because why? Again, it looks so easy. You see these images on Instagram. You see these videos of everyone telling, like, this is the best strategy. This is such an easy strategy to make money. It's not that easy. I have backtested like hundreds of strategies that I found on YouTube, on Instagram. I have tested my own strategies, thousands. I have seen thousands of strategies, and just a few were okay. And I optimized them over months and years to be this good, for example. And you can use them, right? You can use them right away. So it's not as easy as it looks. And you have to understand, it's not just that you go to the market and make some money, because it's not you against someone else. It's not 50-50. It's like it's you against the best people in the world with the most capital. It's you with your few $100 or a few $1,000 maybe against um, like billions of dollars, right? Against the biggest banks in the world, the best hedge funds in the world, the best uh, algorithms, the best and artificial intelligence, against professionals who are trading like for 30 years already every day. Um, so you have to be better than these guys. You have to find an edge. And it's not as easy as it looks. So I don't try to demotivate you here, but I want to make sure that you understand how hard trading actually is and how good these are results actually are. This is not just some numbers. There are really some guys that look at this and say, ah, yeah, I don't know. So I have like $200, and if I just make 200% in that year, I just have like $600, and yeah, the subscription is expensive. So I mean, I can understand it. We our strategies aren't cheap, right? They aren't cheap, but it has a reason why they aren't cheap. And I could sell these strategies for even more, because if someone has, for example, $10,000, the price of the subscription is nothing in comparison to the returns, right? So they are really willing to pay, and we can see Pine Indicators is really successful. It works very well because there are a lot of people that understand how good they are and use them. But I don't try to tell you all of this how good it is, because I want to of course I want to sell, but it's not because I want to convince you or anything. You have to decide on yourself. But I want to make sure that you understand how hard trading is and how good these strategies are. So you understand that if you do it yourself, you probably won't get profitable in the next couple of months and years, and you will lose money. And this is a real shortcut. This is experience. This is expertise from 10 years trading, from thousands of strategies, from seeing markets and yeah, looking at the chart for like thousands of hours. I spent so much time, and you don't have to do it, right? You can just use it. So this is what I want to tell here. It's yeah, but I think you get my point, right? I'm a bit like talking about the same thing over and over again. Just make sure that you don't see trading as a game. Like it's not easy. It's not a hobby. I mean, you can do it like that. You can use it like a casino if it is fun to you. But if you really want to make money from it, you need to be serious with it. Okay. Yeah, this is what I can tell. Um, let's go to the next one. So this is what I meant with it's not fun to watch, because I'm telling a lot of stuff and it's really raw. I don't have any cuts in here, but it's really important to understand, right? This is just the first thing. Um, but let's proceed to the next topic. Now let's talk about how you actually trade, how trading works. Okay, so where we are here right now is TradingView. So TradingView is a platform where you cannot trade. You can't trade here, but you can view like any market. Okay, it's just for showing and analyzing charts. Yeah, and let me let me open a new window here. So usually it should look similar to this. So what you can see here, of course, is this graph here with these candles, and each of these candles are representing a specific time. So in this example, when you are in the 1 hour time frame chart, one candle is 1 hour, represents 1 hour. So this was 1 hour. It was Tuesday at 5 p.m. In German time, it's 17. Here it's the next hour, next hour, next hour. And this is just how the price of this instrument, of this market went, right? So this is another thing. We are right now in the gold market. So this is the price for gold in the whole world. And it's the ticker, the symbol is XAU USD, so gold XAU in US dollar, right? But you could also have something else like the S&P 500. The ticker, the symbol is SPX, and you could also open this one so you can see the SPX in the 1 hour time frame. And this is what you can see here, which is pretty similar to this. So here you can see the max history. You could also see it for 1 year, and this is very similar to what we can see here, right? So you can see here is 2022, and then you have all the month until today. So this is today. And what you already can see is usually the S&P 500, the SPX, is rising, and the probability of a profitable long position is very high. So you can open a position here, a trade, theoretically. Okay, so how it works with real money later on, but theoretically you can just go here and open a trade. This is all just theoretically. Okay, so you could do it like this: open a position here, and then you can say, for example, if the price goes until here, then I close the position and have some profits. And when the price goes here, I also close the position and I have a loss, right? This is what you can do. So you can basically at any time buy and sell. So for example, over here, you could have bought, right? Let's just zoom in here. Here, for example, you could have bought and say, for example, you think that the price will go higher from here, and then it just went down. And if you would have closed the position here, you would have made a loss. But if you would have waited and closed the position here, you would have made a profit, right? And this is what you can simulate here. So if you would have closed it here, you would have made a win. And if you would have closed it here, you would have lost some money. And this is basically trading. You can do it for every time frame, for every symbol. And then what you need, and I don't really talk about it because there are enough videos out there that will help you with it, is you can just create an account at any broker, at any trading platform, and then just start trading there, right? Then you can just buy and sell. And usually most of them are offering a free, like a demo account, a free demo account where you can just try to make your first experiences with trading, right? Without having to use and risk your own money. So this is always what I would recommend. Just start with a demo account. And how all of that works, there are enough videos on YouTube. Just search for it there, and you will find out pretty easily. So this is what trading is. What you also could do is you could place a short order, a short position, which just means that you bet on falling, on a falling price. So you can bet on trade like that you think, or trade long positions and short positions. That is the name of it. And this means that you think that you bet on rising prices or on falling prices, right? So you can do it in both ways, usually at most brokers. And this is actually it. So this is what the easy thing about trading is. It's actually very, very easy. And now the only thing you need to do is to be right in most of the times. And um, yeah, like you just have to be right, let's say at least 51% of the time, and wrong 49% of the time, and then you are profitable, right? And if you do it every day, you will see that your account will grow theoretically. So um, what what is the thing that makes it so hard now for traders? So one problem in trading, which I see, which is really commonly, are just basically your emotions. So um, when you just would open a trade, like just somewhere, just a random trades, like you just open and close trades randomly, theoretically, it's always a win and lose rate of 50%, right? So you are just 50%. You are don't winning, you are not losing. It's always 50%. But the problem is that, of course, if you have $100, for example, so I will just draw it for you so you can understand what I mean. So you start with $100, right? So we just go here. It should be a blank. Sorry, should okay. It should be a blank canvas. So it's just for drawing, right? Don't look on the price here right now. It's just for drawing purposes. So you start like over here with $100, let's say, okay, and this is $0. So if you would land here with your trades, with your account equity, you would lose all of your money, right? And it looks like this, okay? It looks like this, goes up and down, and sometimes you are winning a bit, then you are again losing a bit. And usually, what traders do is um, they increase their position sizes over time. So you can use just a small percentage of your capital, or you can use a big percentage of your capital per trade. And you, of course, want to see results. And there are sometimes phases when you are winning a lot, and then usually you think, wow, it's working really well. I increase my position size so I can even win more. And maybe it works out. But then there is a time when you lose, and the higher your position sizes are, the more you can lose, right? So then you see a big drawdown here, like it really goes down. And then you are frustrated and try to get your money back, okay? And then again, you are trading with maybe too much risk because you want to get back here, and that's really a lot to gain back. So you using too much capital, too much risk here, and then it maybe goes up, and then you see a big drawdown, maybe up again. You think, ah, it's working, bam, and then you go to zero. And at zero, you don't have any money anymore. The position gets liquidated by your broker. You get stopped out, and then it's just the end. Your money is gone, right? Even though you had some win, you have you want some money over here, right? So um, it's not that you was always in loss, but you can only afford to lose 100% of your money, of course. And when you are at zero, you cannot open any trade anymore. So the risk of losing is always way higher than winning, because you can always go to zero, but there on the top there's no end, right? There's no stop where it says like, okay, you have won the lottery. Here's your $1,000 or something, right? So you usually don't stop trading, and in the end, usually the end is when you lose everything. So this is a scenario. um, More about emotions is that when you are in loss, so let's say let's delete that again. Let's say we make a trade right now. We can do that better on the chart. So let's use the replay button. So just imagine this is today, right? So you want to trade here. And for example, you could say, okay, I think now the price will drop. It was dropping here, and it got a bit up, so probably it will drop. So I want to open a position, a short position. So I bet that the price is falling, right? And I put my stop loss, let's say here. So when the price should be over here, I go out of the position and I do the same for the other side. So let's say when it comes here, I close it with a profit. So doing this is already pretty good. So this is what you always should do. When you enter a trade, you should know when to stop or when to close the position, the trade, right? Because if you don't do it, let's do it without. Okay, let's just first of all, right? So this is what beginners usually do. If you are really a new beginner, you would just start your position here, right? You just open let's say again, a short position, so you bet on falling prices, and then you hope it falls. Okay, and let's see how it went. So it's a bit fast, maybe. So you would be in loss a bit because it went above, right? Then if it goes low, this is what you want to see. You see it works. And let's say, for example, you see some profits here and you close the position and you made a win, right? You won money. This is great. You get more confident, and maybe the next position, you open the next position. Let's just proceed a bit. You open the next position, let's say over here. Why so ever, okay? But you are more confident now, and you think, okay, it's dropping again. The price is dropping again, okay? And you start to open a position with even more risk, right? Because the other one was profitable, and you think, okay, I think I know how it works now. So again, right? Oh, I'm in loss. Would you stop? Would you close your position here? Last time it also went above and then into profit, right? So usually what most people do is they keep their position open because it's not yet in profit, because you want to see profits. You want to make money, not lose money, right? So you keep your position open. What are you doing now? So you see it like that? Fuck. What should you do now? Close it or not? Maybe you close it, maybe not. Let's see. Okay. What if you would have closed it here? You would have lost more than here, for example, right? So there are two basic emotions in trading that you feel. One is greed, so you are greedy, you want to earn more and more and more money, and one is fear. You are feared of losing even more. And these emotions will always, or in most cases, lead to wrong decisions. So this is why your account equity isn't looking like this, just going sideways, but usually something like this. Okay, it goes down because the human mind is just not made to trade. The psychology is just not too emotional to trade in this logic market, right? So in most cases, especially beginners will lose their money in this way, or they have maybe see some good results, and then they get too confident, too greedy, and they crash their account to zero. So this is oftentimes what you can see, and this is how a lot of people also make money from you. So you are the pool of money that they will get, right? This is how the rich get richer and the poor stay poor. So these are the mistakes most traders make, especially beginners. And what could you do to get out of this? You can't. Actually, there are just two ways. One is develop a mindset. Just spend enough time on the charts in the market to understand or to get rid of your emotions, to uh, to get over your emotions, and to just be sharp and yeah, like for example, you can say, okay, I'm entering a position here. If it goes below this, wait a second. If the price should drop below this last lowest point here, I will go out of my position, but because I then think, okay, my trade wasn't profitable, and I don't want to lose anymore. And if it should go higher than this, I also close it, and then I made profit because of the latest high here. And we just can look at it, how it went. Just for example, really much sideways. Okay, and there we lost. Okay, so we had to close our position here with a loss. But this way, it's nearly 50-50% chance of winning or losing. And when you don't have your risk, your emotions involved, and before you start the trade, you know, okay, I close the trade here in profit, and I close the trade here in loss, no matter what happens. Usually, what you see is your account goes like this. Okay, so really like just sideways. Okay, because the probability of winning and losing is 50-50. So okay, so the next trade will probably be a winning trade, then maybe a losing trade again, winning. So on average, it's 50-50, right? So this is the next level of trading. So you don't lose your money anymore, but you are like always on average break even. Sometimes you have won a bit, sometimes you have lost a bit, but you are always in a sideways market. But this is already pretty good. This means you are not losing. You just gaining experience in the market, which is already good. And the next thing you could try to do is, what would be an edge for me in the market? So you could use you can just use the chart, but you could also use some indicators. For example, a moving average, a simple moving average, like this. So you could say, okay, when the price is dropping below this line here, I open a short position, and when it crosses above this blue line, which is the SMA, the simple moving average, I open a long position. And you could do it that, and this is already a simple trading system, which is based on logic, not emotions. And this could also already be an edge, right? But of course, this is not really a moving average. Is a really basic trading indicator. So it can help you in some ways, but it's openly visible for anyone. Everybody could use this indicator and this strategy. So the probability of it being profitable is not very high. And what you could then do before start trading your own capital is you backtest everything. So if we just say, let's change the length a bit so it's easier to see. So we changed the length to 50, and then we could backtest our strategy. So we say, okay, when it's crossing below here, for example, it's crossing below from here to here, of this blue line, this moving average, and open a short position until it crosses back above. So, for example, over here, and then we would have made like this small profit here, but it's a profit, right? And then we should open a long position. It hasn't worked. We close the position again here because already the next candle was again below, and then we open a short position again, close it here, open it again, close it here, and in that time we already would have made a small profit, right? And if you do that with just a small percentage of your account, it would have been profitable. But the interesting thing here is you can backtest it for, let's say, 10 times, 100 times, and then you can see and calculate how good is the strategy. Okay, so you can see, is it working? Isn't it working? You can see that. And you could also use other indicators. You can combine indicators. For example, another oftentimes used indicator is the RSI, the relative where is it? Relative strength index. It looks like this. And some people use it in a way that they say, okay, when it is down here, the market is oversold, means like if it is somewhere here, you should buy, and you should sell when it is somewhere here above this line. You can see the values here like 70 and 30. If it is below 30, it's a buying signal, and if it is above 70, it's a selling signal, right? And this is how you could trade the market. And what you also could do is say, okay, if the RSI is below 30 and the price is below the SMA, this is a buying signal. Or you could say, if the RSI crosses above the signal line here, which is the yellow line, this is a buying signal, and the price also must be like above the SMA. And you can backtest every of these strategies and then calculate how high is the profitability of winning. And this is basically what I do, what we do with our strategies. So it's nothing else. We have some indicators, we have some data, and we try to find an edge. We try to find a algorithmic strategy that is working better than just average, right? So it shouldn't be losing, it shouldn't be zero, but over several trades, it should work very well. So this way you can basically backtest it manually, like I showed you before. Just test it for several, for several trades, and then calculate is it working or not. Or what you also could do, and this is what we do, we use the coding language of TradingView, which is Pine. This is why our name is Pine Indicators, because all these have a code behind it. This is how this indicator is calculated. So what you can see here is the code, and theoretically you could code your strategy idea here, and then you can backtest it in the strategy tester. So let's go back to our chart. Okay, we are here back at the gold market in the 1 hour time frame, and we have our strategy, our indicator open here. And this is basically what we do every day. We have this indicator here, which we have coded, which is just basically a strategy. So we say, okay, when this indicator crosses above, right, this gray here crosses above the blue-green line here, it opens a position, and when it crosses below the red line, we close the positions again. This is what you can see here. So this happened. The position before got closed here, then the indicator went down, and then went up, crosses back up again over the green-blue line here. And this was the signal of opening a position, and then the indicator was just going. And here at that time, so we only use one open position at a time. This is why we didn't open a position here. So the strategy has only one open position at a time, no matter how many buying signals here appear. And then we just hold the position until the sell signal comes in here, and then we close the position. And as you can see here, this was in profit. And this is actually exactly the same like we did before. But the only difference is that we don't that we have coded that and we have back tested it. So what you can see here is basically what you also could do, not just a manual backtest, but an automatic backtest, where we test this exact strategy and see the results. and then we can optimize it. We can try to find different different ideas of it, different indicators, combine different indicators, have different inputs for it, like different length, or different, I don't know, different parameters to find out um, is a strategy working or not, and then we can optimize it and make it as profitable as possible. And this is basically the strategy, right? So it looks very easy, but it's really hard to achieve. And maybe some of you already have tested some indicators and strategies that are publicly available on TradingView. For example, if you go to indicators and then to community, you will see some indicators and strategies that was picked from the TradingView team. This is editors picks. So they have chosen some indicators and strategies that they think are really good. These are the top ones, so the ones with the most likes, and also trending ones, so ones that are trending right now, that are used and liked mostly right now. So you could add anything to the chart. For example, let's just add something, maybe this one, zero leg MA trend channels, and then you can see it opens on the chart, and you could theoretically again backtest it, this strategy, on different timeframes, on different markets, to find out is it working or not. So this strategy, for example, is more advanced, but basically you can see there are some signals over here, and you could pretend that these are buying signals. So whenever you see a triangle up, you need to buy, and triangle down is to sell, and then you could back test it and see is it working or not. So this is an indicator, but you could also use strategies. So the difference on TradingView, the difference between indicators and strategies is just that an indicator doesn't have built-in open and close positions that we have at strategies, and strategies you can automatically backtest, so you don't need to do it manually. And sometimes you have some here, for example, if you see this icon behind it, it's a strategy, and you click on it and it loads on the chart, and then you can see the back test of it. So how would that strategy has performed in on XAU USD, so gold market, in 1 hour time frame. And this is usually always what you will see. The returns aren't really good. You have made in that back testing period a profit of 157 US dollars, or in other terms 1.6%, with a total closed trades of 1,100 trades. The profitability was 35%, so 35% of trades were profitable. Profit factor means the like it compares the winning to the losing trades, and this is the number. So how much money would you have you made from losing and winning trades in comparison, right? Hope you understand what I mean. Like, it's divided, okay? So it's about 1. The maximum drawdown is around 2%, and yeah, the trade is on average 25 bars in trade. So when you are on the 1 hour time frame, it's 25 hours, right? One trade is around 25 hours. So this is usually what you see when you use strategies that are openly public on TradingView and free. They are always not working so well. Then you have the settings tab here. You could change some settings, but let's go to the property setting first. What you can change here is your starting capital, so with which capital you want to start trading, for example, 100 US dollars or 1,000 US dollars. And then if you would have used the strategies with this position sizing of order sizing of 1 contract per trade, you would have gained 150% with a maximum drawdown of 92%. So it's not a good strategy, but you would have made like 157 US dollars. So this is more like gambling, what I said, but you could use it that way. But one important factor here is, let's go back to 1,000 US dollars, so it makes more sense here with the numbers. You need to set a commission. So when you are trading, of course, everyone involved wants to make money too. So especially the broker or the market maker, and they want to have some fees, right? And the fees are, you can set them here, and the usual fees is the spread. So the spread is what you can see here. You can see ask and bid. So the price isn't always the price, but you can see here two lines. So when you are buying or selling, you have a difference in it. It's not really big, but this is how they make money. So the real price is in between, right? And this is how they make money. So they get a small fee whenever you buy and sell the broker or whatever who is involved, right? And this is what you need to set here. So the usual commission in terms of spread, it depends on your broker. Some brokers have more fees, like a fixed commission per trade, but usually it's a spread, and the spread is usually about, this is the standard thing you set in TradingView, usually is 0.01% per trade. It could be a bit higher, a bit lower. For example, on crypto, it's more like 0.1%, but for gold or for SPX, it's around, or indices, it's usually about that. Also for Forex. So this is a good rule of thumb to set it to 0.01%. And what you can see is that the results will drop, because for every single trade you need to pay a fee of 0.01%, which sounds not to be much, which is actually around what you can see here. But then the results will drop, of course, and the more trades you make, like 1,000 trades, the more you have to pay in fees, right? And these fees are actually at every broker. You have to pay fees everywhere. So put them in here, and you see the real results for the strategy. And it wasn't really good. And what you can then do is change maybe the time frame to see if it works better on smaller time frames, for example. And you can see the strategy is really, really bad on the XAU USD. So it's not working at all, right? And this is a problem what you all a lot of times have on TradingView, that most strategies aren't working. So I could go through any strategy here. I will add them here. And you will always see, like, let's just try four strategies here. Okay, start here. So here, for example, you can see, is it really profitable? No. This is again the average, so you are always like at zero, right? We had just a bit luck at the end, but it's not really a profitable strategy. It's not working. Let's test this one. It's not working. Let's test this one. It's not even working. Let's test this one. It's also not working, right? It's all red. Red is always bad. So usually openly, publicly, indicators and strategies aren't working because of a good reason, of course, because nobody who has a winning strategy would share it for free with you. This is the same on YouTube. This is everywhere. And the earlier you understand that, the earlier you will get profitable in trading. Because nobody, why should anyone share a profitable strategy with you for free? There's no everybody wants to make money themselves, and if they have a good strategy, they are just using it themselves. And if they share it, there could be the problem that if too many people use it, it gets worse and worse, because the more people use it, the more the market will change accordingly, and the less profitable it gets. So it's always a good idea to hide good strategies from the public. And this is why you don't see any good strategies. Maybe sometimes you have a strategy that is working okay. For example, we have a free strategy. Let's just go to our account. You can use it. You can see it if you go to scripts. Of course, here are a lot of strategies right now, but we have one free strategy here, which is this one. This is totally free. You can use it, and you just need to search for that. So you go to indicators, search for it. There you can find it. Just click on it. It opens up, and it's not working on every instrument or a symbol. So you need to go to SPX in a 1 hour time frame. SPX, just type it here to search for the market, the instrument, and 1 hour time frame, and you can see it works. This is one of our free strategies, and it's not as good as our paid strategies, of course, but it's already working pretty good. So you have a maximum drawdown of 44% and gained 4,000% in that backtesting period. Let's go, for example, to see that, like a backtest of around 10 years would have made you 2,000%, 2,400%. So 1,000 US dollars would have made you around 24,000 US dollars with this strategy already, with a commission and slippage inside. So slippages, usually there's some time difference between when you get the signal and when you buy or open the position, and this is the slippage, right? So in ticks. It's not so important yet, because on the 1 hour time frame, it's really not a big change. But the smaller the time frame is, the more important it gets. But from my experience, the smaller time frames are not working as good as the higher time frames. So this could also be one of our next topics here. So you have seen how it works. This is the difference between indicators and strategies. And strategies are nothing else than indicators combined, optimized. It could also be depending on time. It could be using some big data, like news, for example. This is all what could be considered into your trading strategy. And yeah, this is how it works. So you don't need to backtest it manually. This is how you could use or find your own strategies, but it's really, really hard. You have to learn the code if you don't want to use it. You don't want to backtest manually, so you have to use to learn the coding language, a Pine script, and you need to develop a lot of strategies, a lot of combinations until you get more and more profitable. So it's really a hard way. But of course, it's possible. And if you are really good, you can set your scripts on Pine indicators, for example. Yeah. So this is the way you could do it. But another problem a lot of you guys have is what I told you before, that you want to have strategies in low time frames, scalping strategies with high win rates, etc. So if we go back here, for example, the strategy we have here, you can say it's working good, right? But what a lot of gurus, experts, and so on out there are saying is that trading is easy, and then you just can go to a low time frame, for example, 5 minute, and then just makes a lot of money in just a few minutes, right? In just a few hours. But this is not real, and it's not realistic. The lower the time frame is, the higher, in comparison to the trade, the fees and commissions and spread is. So the lower the time frame, the more expensive it gets, right? If you are a 5 minute time frame, 1 minute time frame, it's really expensive to open a trade. So this is already a disadvantage. So it makes more sense in that kind of way to have higher time frames. Another big thing is that the lower the time frame is, the higher the volatility and the market noise is. So you cannot really predict what is going to happen in the next 10 or 15 minutes, but you can never predict the future. It's not working. But with a with a with a bigger percentage, so you can say it's more probable. The probability is higher that the market will rise in the next days instead in the next 5 or 10 or 20 minutes. So this is really not reliable, and you can see it. Just backtest a lot of strategies and you will notice that the lower time frames aren't so reliable as the higher time frames. So what you can see here, the strategy works well in a 1 hour time frame, but not well in lower time frames. The lower time frame it is, the worse the strategy gets. Not really worse, yeah, but you can see it here, right? So it's not working anymore at all. And this is, look, in 45 minutes, for example, it's still working a bit, but not as good in a 1 hour time frame, and maybe 2 hour time. Okay, it's not working. But what you notice is, or will notice is, that scalping strategies are usually not working. I wouldn't say scalping isn't working at all. Scalping means like in low time frames. Okay, so you are intraday trading. Intraday means you don't have a position open overnight. You just trade in on that day, and then you at night or at the end of the day you have all positions trades closed, and you start trading again at the next day. So you just have this small time window of 1 day, which is usually not enough to predict the market in the best probability. So this is a big problem, because these trading gurus say, because it's convenient, right? They just tell you what you want to hear. So what do you want to hear? It's easy. It's fast to learn. You just have to spend a few minutes a day. You can make a lot of money. This is what you want to hear, right? You want to hear it's easy and it's fast and it's no problem to make big money. This is why they are telling you this. And this is 99% of the time what you are listening or see on Instagram, or see in YouTube videos, because it's what you want to hear. It's really, people click on these videos and it gets a lot of shares, it gets a lot of views, but this is not the reality. In reality, the higher the time frames are, the easier it is to predict the market. Just just watch the market without the strategy. So could you tell, is it going up or down now? You couldn't really tell, right? It's hard to tell. Let's go to the 1 hour. So now, how does it look for you? Is it going up? The probability that the price will rise is higher, right, than going down. You can see a clear trend here already, from low to high. Now let's go to the 4 hour time frame. What is the trend now? You see what I mean? The trend is, it's going up. And now let's just go to the daily time frame, and usually you can see it's way easier to predict, not predict, but the probability of rising is way higher. Look at this. It was just rising, 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 rising. Then you had falling, 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 rising, falling, rising, rising, rising. So it's way easier to predict, and you can see this pretty good here. So the higher the time frame is, the better. But of course, the higher the time frame is, the longer you have to wait. So 1 day time frame is maybe too much, because this trade here, for example, is going for 3 years maybe, and this is of course too much. Even though it's profitable, it's just the waiting time is just too long. So you have to find a good average here. Like the time frame shouldn't be too long, but you should also not wait too long. So usually what we can see here is that time frame of around 50 minutes, minimum 50 minutes, to 1 hour. 1 hour is best to a day is perfect. So maybe 1 hour, 30 minutes, at least 15 minutes, maybe 2 hours, 4 hours could also work. But 1 hour is usually the best and most used time frame. So most strategies work best here. So don't fall and get trapped by the words of these gurus. Trading isn't easy. Trading isn't fast. Making money doesn't just grow on trees, right? Nobody will give you their hard-earned money. So the probability of you losing in trading is very high. And if you really want to be successful and profitable in trading, you have to put effort in it. You have to take it seriously. You can't, just grow up. You are not a child. Trading is hard. You have to put work in it. You cannot think that you just gain money, you just get money by doing here trade and there trade just a few minutes or hours a day, and then you will be a millionaire. It's not working like that. It's ridiculous that a lot of you even think like that. So yeah, just grow up, become a man. This is what I can say, right? Or become a woman, whatever. So yeah, don't fall for the false mindset. And another thing is, for example, you can see here a lot of you are chasing for a big win rate or percent profitability. So you want to see that most of the trades you are doing are winning trades, and you want to see at least 70% winning trades, or 80 or even 90%. And I can understand it that you want to see this, but it's not really telling about how profitable the strategy is. For example, with this strategy, just 42% of the trades are winning trades, and 58% are losing trades, right? And still, the strategy is profitable. So what you can see here. So you shouldn't focus on the win rate at all, because it doesn't say anything. One of the best traders in the world, who won the US trading championships with a crazy return of 10,000, I think it was even over 10,000% in just 1 year, which is crazy, amazing, mind-blowing, whatever. Had a strategy with just a profitability of around 10%. I don't know the exact number, but just 1 out of 10 trades were really winning trades. And you would say, how can that be profitable? It can, when the 1 out of 10 trades is so profitable that all other trades are, just that it just pays for all other trades. So it can make sense. So what numbers you should actually care about is not this year or this year. What you really should care about is this. You are trading for profits, not for a how many trades are good trades and bad trades. You want to see gains, you want to see returns, you want to make money. So you should focus on the money. This is why you are trading, not for a beautiful strategy. This doesn't make any sense. So this isn't telling anything about the strategy. This is how much money do you make from the strategy? How much money has it made in this backtesting period? This is where you should focus on. And also, how high was the maximum drawdown at that time? So, what is my reward? What can I make? And what is the risk of using this strategy? So, the risk of the strategy is a maximum drawdown of 50%. So, in that backtesting period, the biggest loss you had were 44%. So you lost 44% at the maximum in that backtesting period with this strategy on this market. But you gained 4,000%. And then in that backtesting period of around, let's say, I think it should be around 10 or 15 years, 12 years maybe. Okay. So you can decide, is it worth to use this strategy? What is my risk? I can lose like $1,000, and I can win $40,000 theoretically. Okay, so you have to compare this number with this number. and then just try to understand, is it worth it? Okay. So in this example here, this strategy, is it worth using it? Of course, it's worth using it. So let's just take a backtest. Let's see a backtest for the last, let's say from 2020, right? From 2020 until today, it's like 4.5 years, a bit longer, nearly 5 years, and see the results. In that time, you would have made 340%, which is a total of 440%, right? So you have your capital plus this is the profit, okay, with a maximum drawdown of 40%. So at some times, for example, here you have lost 40% of your capital, which is not great to see, but still at the end you have made 4.4 times of your money, which is good. So $1,000 became $4,400 with this strategy. And now let's go back to our main strategy. For example, the strategy, the gold digger strategy we are selling, what you can see on the chart. Let's just notice the wrong symbol. This is the one we have to use. And now let's make the same backtest from 2020 until 2024. And with the initial capital of $1,000, you would have gained $188,000. And this is what I meant with our strategies are crazy good, okay? So in just 4.5 years, nearly 5 years, you would have made nearly 20,000%. So from $1,000 to nearly $200,000 with a maximum drawdown of 46%. And this is the power of algorithmic trading, of indicator trading, of big data trading, and having just a good and reliable working trading strategy. And I hope now you understand how big of a shortcut our platform and our strategies are. So yeah, it's really a good thing as a beginner, or actually at any level, to use our strategies, because we are real experts in trading. We know what we are talking about, as you can see, as I'm talking right now, and works extremely well. So this is what you should focus on. And if you now go to our website and you want to use some strategies, you can just go, for example, I'll show you right now. You just go to pineindicators.com. Let's put myself somewhere here. And if you scroll down a bit, you can watch this video where I'm talking about, I had longer hair here, as you can see, but I'm talking about how it works, what strategies we have. It's a bit older, the video, but if you scroll down a bit, you can see all the indicators we have. The one I've showed you in the video was this one. It's one of our most popular ones. You can see the profit is already higher, so it made profit when we released the strategy until now. But you can also see we have strategies that are even more profitable, for example 450%, 1,000,000%. So you can see all the data on TradingView. So when you click here, you can see the chart, how it looks, how it was working. Here you have even a performance table where you can see for each month and year the return. You have the strategy report where you can see all trades and how it has performed. So in that backtesting period, it was 300,000%. Profitability, again, it's just 50%, but it works extremely well. And you can see all trades here, the list of trades. So this is how you can view it and see it's proven. It's not just that I'm talking bullshit, or we show something here that is not real. It's real. Okay, you have all the screenshots, and then you can just go to a strategy. Let's just use this one, for example, because we have seen that. I've showed you that in the videos before, in the examples before. Just click on it, and then you can see it more in detail. You can see a short introduction here, a short description. Again, all of the parameters, the results here, most of our strategies are especially optimized for one or a few timeframes and one or a few markets. So of course, Gold Digger strategy is optimized for the gold market, XAU USD, in a 1 hour time frame. And here you have all of the screenshots. For example, like this, you have different settings here displayed, so you can see how would it have behaved with a higher leverage, a lower leverage. You have the um, the um, the performance table here again and how it works. So for example, right, and here you have a big introduction or description about how it works. You have a demo video or a video how to use the strategy here. You have the features. Every feature you have a clear step-by-step guide how to use the strategy, how to set it up, how to use it. You can automate our strategies or most of our strategies with as a trading bot, if you want to say so. So an auto trading bot, so you don't have to do anything. It just runs, and you just have to collect your money, if you want to say so. Just see your equity or your account grow. Here's explained how you can do that. So it's pretty easy, and this is how you can do it. And usually, when you are not logged in like me, I can show you on another strategy from another seller. This one is from ourselves, for example. But if you go back, so this here, for example, is from another seller, like this one. I can show you this one. So you can just test the strategy. Just click on it. I already got it in the cart. So I just click here, view cart. I can start the back test. We have a 100 back guarantee. You can test every strategy for 14 days before you have to pay the regular amount. And then you can cancel yourself with just one click if you don't want to use it. And you get access within 24 hours and can use the strategy. So this is a real shortcut, and I think the money is more than worth it to use or at least to try our strategies. Okay, this is how you can do it, and then you get access to it. Then you just need to add it to your chart. Then it should look like this, and then you can test different settings. For example, usually we have not so many settings here, but you can change the leverage, is what I said before. So if you increase the leverage, you use more percent of your account, of your equity. So it's more risky, but also the returns are of course way higher. So you can see that here you made 40,000%, but also the max drawdown is higher now. It's 56%, and if you go lower, you just have a lower return, but also lower drawdown. So this is what you can set. This all here is for the auto trading. So you can, it's already built in. You just need to enter some details here. This is done within just a few minutes. I would say like 50 minutes can this be done. You also have this performance table over here. So you can see for each year what was the return. And then you can use it for your trading. So you can set up alerts, so you get notified whenever you have to buy and sell. And then you can see here when this icon appears, this means you have to open a position. Here you have to close the position. These are buying signals, sell signals, and you just need to follow the strategy, and you see these returns, right? And you can go here to create alerts. So you just click on alerts, right? Then on the plus to create an alert, then you choose under condition the strategy, Gold Digger. Choose alert function calls only. Click create, and then you get notified on your phone, for example, if you have the app, or you can also get notified per email, or as I said, in the app, but also on in the browser. if you have activated that, you get notified whenever you have to buy and sell your trades, your positions. So you just go to your trader. Maybe you have an app, or you go to the broker, your trading app, and just open and sell the position on the XAU on the gold market. And that's basically it. So it's actually pretty easy. You also get notified in the mail how high the position size has to be, so how much you have to buy and sell, right? So it's all defined. So if you just put in your initial capital here and all the inputs correctly like this, and set the start date to the time when you want to start the strategy. So if you start live trading today, you set it to today, and then when you get notified, you get also the correct position sizes in your notification. So you just have to execute the trade as the strategy says, and then you will see the exact same returns as you can see here, right? So maybe your broker has a bit more fees or a bit less fees. You also have some small overnight fees. So when you hold a trade overnight, you usually have some fees. It also depends if you have a swap-free account. This is also possible, and you have some different fees. But this is this is around what you can expect, and then it works exactly like that. And if you want to automate it, you just need to use another service which is called Pine Connector. Pine Connector is a service for automating TradingView strategies. We are not affiliated with them, but you can use it. This way you can automate your trading, the strategy, and then you just need to open a account there. It's free for like 14 days, I think. And then just enter these details here, click on OK, again, create an alert, and then through a webhook. I know it sounds more difficult than it is. You just paste this code here, click on create, and that's basically it. And then you have automated your trading. So it really isn't as complicated as it seems, but then it does everything for you. So you just have to lay back, and it makes money while you sleep, kind of. Okay. So it's pretty good. It works pretty good. Okay. So the next thing, if you use it's no matter if it's our strategies or your strategies, you have to have the right mindset while it is working. So of course you need to execute the trades correctly. You have to use the correct position sizing. So yeah, maybe we can talk about this. So don't use too much leverage, because the drawdown, if it says 100, you have a loss of your full capital. So you also have at the broker, you have some margin. So margin means you always need to have some capital left, because before the trade gets closed. So when you have a margin higher than 70 or 80%, this means oftentimes that you have to close a position in big loss, and then you have lost like 70 or 80% of your account, which is not good. Or in the worst case, you lose everything, and this is what you of course don't want to have. So don't have a too high leverage in this example. Or for me example, I like to trade risky, because then you have higher returns. But the more capital you have, or you actually, you should never overtrade, right? Over leverage your trading. And because you are working hard for your money, and you shouldn't lose it, right? So it's more important to have a reliable strategy that is running for years, instead of making the fast money. Okay. And this is also very important. Trading isn't that you become a millionaire in a month. That's not realistic. It's realistic to, if you keep trading a good trading system for a long time, the probability of you getting being profitable and getting successful in trading is very, very high. So what I mean is to 10x your money or even 100x your money. It's likely if you use, for example, our trading strategies, but you need to be patient and you need to have your emotions in control. So if you just have a leverage of 1, you can see the results if you would just have no leverage at all. So it looks like this, and you have some phases where you see some drawdowns. For example, I don't know, like here, from here to here, you have a big losing streak of like 10 trades, maybe not 10, around 10 trades. So 10 trades that weren't really good. You haven't made any money. So you really need to develop a healthy mindset where you understand that this is totally normal in trading to see drawdowns, or like here, from here to here, you have a pretty high drawdown, and the higher the leverage is, the higher the drawdown is. So you don't always have like big winning streaks. So it's totally common and totally normal that you have losing streaks and that you always also lose money. And in these times, you need to be patient, to just wait, and to understand that it's not good to stop the trading strategy, to stop all, to close all trades and say your strategy isn't working anymore. That's not true. So even when you go from here to here, the probability of it going back up again and even higher, like somewhere here maybe, is very high and more more likely than you think you are good of a trader. So and another thing is you have full control of every trade, right? You are the one trading. The trading strategy is saying when you have to buy and sell, but you are the one trading and executing the trades. So this means that in the end, you have the full power. And if you decide, no, I want to close a position now, or I want to buy now, or the strategy isn't correct, I want, for example, right here. So here's an open trade that is in big profit right now. It's like 50%, 15% in profit right now. So a lot of when your emotions are saying, okay, take the profit. So close the positions, and then you are safe. You don't are in risk anymore of losing the profits again, right? So theoretically, you can do that. Okay to do that, but usually you are wrong. The strategy uses a lot of data and has proven that it works the best, better than your emotions. So if you are trading, you are losing money, or are around zero, maybe, even though when you are a bit profitable in trading, but this strategy is working better than you. This is more profitable. So it's always the best to just let the strategy run and just trust the strategy, because you see the results. It's working. It's working very, very good. So it's okay to see drawdowns. It's okay to be in profit. It's everything okay. Just let it run, and don't get disappointed or frustrated when you see losing streaks. Don't get too greedy when you see winning streaks. This is also on the opposite, right? Don't increase the leverage too much when you are motivated and think, oh, this is the best strategy ever. It's maybe it's a great strategy, but not the best strategy ever. And there are always drawdowns. Every strategy has drawdowns. So develop a healthy mindset. Try to get your emotions off, and just let the strategy run for several years. And this is also a thing I want to mention is, for example, if you take a look at just 1 year, okay? In 1 year, the strategy just made 16%. That's not really much. That's not really much. Oh, sorry, this is wrong. This was just one leverage. So in 1 year, the strategy made with a default leverage 170%, right? This is already pretty good, but it's just like 3 times your initial capital. But let's go to 2 years. What happened at 2 years? It's already 1000%. I think you get my point, right? It's 10x your capital. Again, if you go one, so it's around 3 years, it's already 70x your capital. And one more year, it's already 116x your capital. You get my point, right? Most guys forget about the compounding effect. The compounding effect is extremely important in trading, because just 1% better means over a long period of time it's 1,000 times better, right? I hope you understand what I mean. So the longer you are in, the more profits you will make. And it's more important to stay long term in the game than to get out quick. And this is it's like investing, right? You can't think that you will be a millionaire in a few months or a few years. Just use the strategy for many years, like 5 years, 10 years, and then you can always get some part of the profits. But you have to see it like an investment. Also with the pricing we have, use the strategy, and then yeah, over time you will see it will grow, and you have to go through the hard times of loss streaks. When you see losses, you have to go through it. It's normal. You have to wait, because it's not, Rome wasn't built in a day. You know that saying. You have to wait, and then you will get rewarded. um Another thing is, if you have low capital, for example, you can just trade with a few dollars or whatever currency you are in, but the equivalent of, let's say, $10 or $100. Okay, $10 is really low, but let's say $100. That's not much in trading, right? But if you would have invested, for example, let's say $100 at the beginning of 2024, right? So 10 month. It's too low. Okay, so just imagine it's just one. It's not 1,000, it's 100. Okay, so your profit would be $170, right? $170 around in a year, let's say, in 10 months, right? That's not so much, and I can understand it. Then you then say, okay, your it's too expensive for me, right? Because this strategy, for example, costs $30 per month. So that means in a year, that's $360 you have to pay. But if you just make from $100 $170 profit, that's around not even half of the costs you have. But you have to think like this. Okay, I'm showing you. So you pay $360 per year for this strategy, for example, the gold digger strategy. Some are more expensive, some are less expensive. Yeah, but let's say 360. And in 1 year you lose money, right? So you lose the difference. You spend 360 but only make 170, so you lose like $200, $190. If you are using the strategy for 2 years, you are spending 360 times 2 years, so you are it's $820 you are spending, right? But you already made $1,000 when you would have an initial capital of $100 instead of the 1,000, right? You would have made $1,000 in profits already. So after 2 years, you are in profit. So you have to see it like an investment, right? Then you already have a profit of around $180 $180 when you subtract the cost of our indicators. When you are 3 years in, you have to pay around 3 times 360, so around $1,000 dollar for our strategies. So it's you already have made 1,700 profit with the strategy, right? So even though you have a low initial capital, the compounding effect, I would just one more year to make it even more understandable. So if you would be in for 3.5 years, you would have made 14,000 US dollars profit from 100 from a $100 account, right? Initial capital. So the costs are the same for the strategy each year. So it's not really it's not increasing. It's just always in this case $360 per year. But the compounding effect on your of the strategy on your account is crazy. So if you just see it as an investment and use it for several years, the reward it makes much more sense. It's the reward is way higher, right? So the longer you use the strategy, the more it makes sense, even with a small initial capital. I know it's expensive. I know I understand if you say it's too expensive, but it also makes sense for for small accounts, right? For small capitals. Yeah, this is all I can say. I think yeah, I talked about the most important topics here. So if we should have a conclusion here, I would recommend, and it's not because I just want to sell it to you. Of course, I want to, but this opportunity, when I would have had this opportunity of Pine Indicators when I started trading like 10 years ago, or like even 5 years ago, when I already had 5 years of losses, I would be so happy if I would have had the chance of using Pine Indicators, because these are shortcuts that are crazy, and you won't ever find these shortcuts, these kind of strategies working so well at any other provider. At least I don't know anyone who has this kind of good strategies. So using our strategies is a real game changer and a real shortcut for most traders to finally get profitable long term in trading and see these similar results to this. So yeah, what should you do in the end? I would recommend to use the strategies. If it's possible for you, just start with one, but after a period of time, I would recommend to diversify your capital in different markets, so you don't have too much volatility. So use at least 2 or 3 or 5 strategies of ours that are in different markets. For example, one in crypto, one on the gold market, one in US market SPX, one on Forex, for example, so currencies, one in, you could also do for the Nifty in the Indian market. So you can diversify your money, so you are yeah, you are kind of secure against any too high volatilities, big drawdowns, market crash or something. So you are really securing your money and diversifying it into different markets. This is what I would recommend long term. But if you just want to try it, just start a trial, just give it a try, and yeah, find a strategy that is appealing and working for you, the best for you, to your needs, to your wants, and start using one strategy for a couple of time, and yeah, find a good leverage for you. Don't overtrade, and just let it run for years. And if the profits are getting better, you can also use another strategy. So you build kind of a little a farm, if you want to say so. So you have different robots running, different strategies running. So you have a good diversification of your capital. Yeah, and also don't forget to develop a right mindset. Get used to high numbers. Don't get greedy or feared in losses or in too high profits. Just yeah, think logically. Let it run, and then I think most of the times you will get rewarded for your patience and for your good mindset, right? So that's basically it. If you should have any questions, please let me know. You can also try to find your own trading strategies, but I can tell you it's really, really, really hard. It's really like, even when pine indicators wouldn't be mine, even when it would be free or cost even more, it's always a better opportunity to than just trade yourself, because you have to spend so much money, you have to spend so much time, you have to go through so much pain and losses, that it is always a better choice to just use a shortcut. But yeah, just decide yourself. And if you should have any questions, please let me know. You can also join our Telegram group if you uh, haven't already. And yeah, give me some feedback. If you need help, let me know. If you think this was helpful, let me know. If you think we haven't covered any topic yet and there are open questions or open topics that you want to talk about, let me know and I can do so. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope it was helpful. Yeah, see you, and I wish you great trading and good profits. See you.